The governor, Doug Ducey, announced on Twitter Monday afternoon that he supported legislation from GOP Senators Bill Cassidy, Louisiana, and Lindsey Graham, SC. Additional cuts would affect populations, such as the disabled, who got coverage from Medicaid even before Obamacare came along. Cassidy Graham would also let states waive rules protecting people with pre-existing conditions, while eliminating the individual mandate, which is the requirement that people either carry insurance or pay a fine. In July, the Senate's final effort at repeal came up just one vote short of the 50 it needed to pass, assuming Vice President Mike Pence would break the tie. That was thanks in part to McCain, who joined GOP colleagues Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska in voting no. On Monday, Graham was quick to hail Ducey's announcement as a major victory, saying it's a great day for federalism, bad day for Obamacare. Graham is one of McCain's closest friends in the Senate, and that relationship could give the Arizona senator even more reason to support the proposal. But that's by no means certain. Ducey had also consulted with McCain in advance of last July's final vote and, according to an account in the Arizona Republic, the governor at that point had given his blessing to vote yes. McCain voted no anyway. In July, McCain suggested his primary concern was the process that had brought legislation to the floor. Republicans had written the bill largely behind doors, without committee hearings and with no effort to reach out to Democrats, and then rushed to vote without members having a great deal of time to digest legislation. Like those past bills, Cassidy Graham would go straight to the floor without hearings in the committees of jurisdiction. It would have to come up for a vote in less than 2 weeks by September 30, because that's when, under parliamentary rules, Republicans lose their ability to pass a bill with just 50 votes rather than the 60 legislation typically requires. Planned Parenthood on Monday issued a statement strongly condemning the proposal, calling it the worst Obamacare repeal yet. Senator Rand Paul, Kentucky, is the one Republican senator to declare publicly that he opposes the bill, and he has done so loudly and repeatedly, noting that a substantial portion of the Affordable Care Act's funding would remain in place, at least until 2027. Of course, he could also be posturing in order to win concessions. The status of other wavering GOP senators is less clear. Everybody remembers that the final July bill got 49 Republican votes. But that was the so-called skinny bill, which repealed just a handful of Obamacare provisions and was, in theory, merely a placeholder until the House and Senate could get together and negotiate better legislation. The other repeal bills that came up in late July each lost additional Republicans, falling well short of 50 votes. All of those had actual policy details, giving individual Republicans reason to oppose them. And Cassidy Graham has precisely those kinds of details in it.